So everybody has seen a sketchbook, and you probably have one or some. And here, this is a brand new one. In fact, you know, I mean, just the pages are perfect, right? And I think that's one of the things that is a little bit of a challenge for people with a sketchbook. If you're a little bit older, especially, you know, like most of the ladies that are in this group, and you're a book lover, you appreciate the value of a good book. There's something about a book, you know, when you have a cover on front and back and there are pages in between, we somehow have the idea that whatever is inside between these two covers should be really special. It should be really good. It should be just something amazing, okay? And if you think about tackling a sketchbook and filling its pages, if you've done it before, you know that you make mistakes. You'll kind of do something on a page and it's like, and it's just ugly. It wasn't what you thought it was going to be. And now you feel like the whole book is ruined. Okay. I know that's kind of, I know that a lot of people think that way, because I do. And it's something that I've had to sort of overcome and get over. Is sometimes it might feel like a chore. It's like, well, I'm already busy trying to make paintings and that type of thing. And so I don't need like another, you know, I don't need homework, you know, to do. Another reason that I think people don't like a sketchbook is because they just don't want to go buy one. If you've used a really cheap sketchbook from, you know, like the grocery store, or the paper quality was not that great, so as you started working into the sketchbook, you noticed that, you know, your results were not that great because the paper quality was poor, and maybe you just didn't want to go, you know, spend the money on a good sketchbook. There are so many ways that you can work in a sketchbook. It doesn't have to be this rigid thing. It's very personal. The way you use a sketchbook is all about you, okay? Some people like to journal with them. Some people like to just practice drawing exercises with them. Some people like to test out painting techniques. Other people want to use a sketchbook to just record, you know, just to really make nice paintings on every single page, or nice drawings on every single page. And that's fine too. All of those, anything that you want to do with a sketchbook is okay, okay? Every reason to use a sketchbook is a good reason to use a sketchbook, okay? So I'm going to turn the camera around to show you several sketchbooks that I have, and to show you what, you know, these are just some things that I do with sketchbooks. Raise this up just a little. This is the Stillman and Byrne, okay? It is it's a German-made sketchbook, but the paper quality is absolutely incredible. It's stitched together. I don't know if you can see the stitching in there. And even though this is a hardbound book, okay, it is a hardbound book, but it will lie flat, okay, here. This is one that I used for practicing. Okay, so in this one, I did watercolor throughout this one. So in this particular book, this was a time, you know, at some point where I made a commitment to paint something every day, okay? And so this book is just filled, you know, just over and over, every page, every day. I was making a commitment, you know, so I was using this sketchbook to really practice my skill. These are not like paintings necessarily that, I mean, some of them I've spent a lot of time on. You can see I've really I really spent a lot of time on this one. But this one was a little bit looser. I just wanted to do a real quick plein air. It snowed in our area, which is something that never happens down here in Georgia, so I, you know, rushed to go do that real quick. You know, different things that just meant something to me. I just wanted to practice. And here's another sketchbook. This is also a German sketchbook, and I can't even pronounce the name of it. I'm going to give it to you. It starts with an H, but this one I really enjoyed the paper quality, and I could really saturate the pages in this one. This one is actually a watercolor sketchbook, okay? Really tiny, very well made. It's just a beautiful little book with a cloth cover. This one I have used when I'm traveling, and so just, you know, I'll paint things that, you know, looking out the window of a, you know, or a condo at the beach, you know, did some different things like that, and fill it. It's kind of small, so I can do the paintings quickly. but it just helps me to grow in that area. And I'm so heartbroken to find out that they don't even make this anymore. This one is a sketchbook where I'm being very intentional about producing, you know, nice quality paintings in here. Because I want to maybe, you know, give this to my kids one day, you know, when they're older and old enough to appreciate it. I've got a painting right here that I haven't finished. I tape off inside the sketchbook just to give it a nice edge. And, you know, these are paintings that I don't intend on framing. I just want a nice collection of my work. This is a Winsor & Newton sketchbook, and it does have watercolor paper, okay, but I haven't used it, but the paper looks so nice. It's a cold press. It kind of reminds me of Arches paper, but I like the fact that it does have little perforation here. And so when I'm working in this, and I'll show you right quick how I kind of just tape everything off. It's really simple. I use just a narrow tape. And I just, you know, you can do it however you want, but I like to line up the tape with the edge of the paper and do that all the way around, you know. But I'll be able to create a nice little painting right here, and when it's dry, then I can tear everything away. But you can also imagine how nice it would be, you know, if you wanted to use this as a little collection of paintings that you wanted to keep, you could just fill up this entire book with little paintings. Okay. All right, so thanks so much for tuning in to that. If you like the tips that you just saw, that just kind of gives you a little sample of some of the things that I talk about in the group. That was actually one of our video sessions in the group. So the link is in the description for the video. If you're a woman painter and you're interested in growth and having some community and access to free content each week that helps you in your journey as a painter, I definitely invite you to come over, check us out, and see if it's something that you would like to be involved in. We would love to have you. Thanks so much.